Good evening, good evening, good evening. Statman AJT here. Um, and I just came real quick to talk about the Brotherhood Hoop League Week 6. We had a great Week 6. And I'm just here to break it down. Thanks for everybody tapping in. Make sure you tag people. Make sure you let them know that we're on to discuss the game, all of the games, and do how we normally do each Sunday night. Um, First of all, I want to say I appreciate, everyone who came out to the games today. Y'all got treated to a great show, and we hope that y'all continue to come out to more games. We really trying to put on for the city, and trying to put on for the league, and we really truly appreciate everyone that came out. So thank you. Let me go ahead and get my shout outs out the way. First, I want to give a shout out to God, Bree, my mom, Stretch, Damo, um, Brotherhood Hoop League, Virginia Neptunes, Team Relentless, um, everybody who supports us, everybody who rocks with us. Like, your support is greatly appreciated. And we're thankful for. We couldn't be who we are without y'all. So big thanks to that. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Um, Jason Valentine, A Path to Abundance. Y'all check his book out on Amazon. Holloway Experience Real Estate. Um, Journey Enterprises. That's our guy Fred Witt. Y'all check him out. Century 21. That's Chaz. Floor and Decor. Precious Moments Academy LLC. Marco Riasco, Elite Solutions, Tribe Nation. Big thanks to all of the sponsors who make this thing possible. Again, we we're obviously running a business here, and we got to make sure that everything's on the up and up. So thank you for the sponsors who have made this possible. And without y'all, we wouldn't even be able to reach these heights that we have. So it's much appreciated. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and get started again. We had some great games today, and I got to make sure I got my book in order to make sure that I got everything good. But the first game on the docket for today was the Kings and the Bullies. Now, the Bullies were riding a 3-game winning streak. The Kings were on a 3-game losing streak, and it appeared that they were heading in opposite directions. But the tide turned today. Let me say that the Kings jumped out and they never looked back. Jase had 11 points today. He had 7 in the first quarter, got them off to a great start. Shout out to Jase. And this was really a team effort. Like, Dante had, it looks like he had 11. Aaron had 8. But this was a dominant team performance. And for me, this just goes to show how well the Kings look when they got everything in order. Cam hit some big shots for them. He had, looks like he had 11 as well. Like, they had 3 in double digits. DJ was all over the place as usual on defense. And again, when you play with that kind of effort and with that kind of tenacity, you could tell that they were coming out. You could tell that they were that they wanted that win very badly, and it showed from the jump. Like, you could hear guys on the bench hyping guys up. They were flying around for loose balls. Like, this game really mattered to them. From the Bullies' perspective, it looked like they weren't initially ready for the intensity that the Kings brought, and they jumped on them from the very beginning. And for me, that's one of them things where it's just like, you had to know that the Kings were going to come out and they were desperate for a win. So, I don't necessarily know if there are any specific adjustments that need to be made. They made Bree work today. They made J-Law work today. Now, the Bullies were missing Henry, one of their key cogs. The Kings were missing guys too. They missed Rico, who's a shooter for them. Ellis is still injured, but they, missing Henry is a big deal for them. Just looking, Kevin Barnes didn't play for them either. Like J-Law had 15, Bree had 16, but they needed one more guy to come with them, and they didn't have it today. Reese had 9, and the physicality was ratcheted up, and that's one thing I want to address. We've had a lot of the discussion about the officials, and I'll just say the officials have been, we talked to the officials today. However, I am going to say this, and this is to everyone. At some point, we're going to have to understand that there are going to miss some calls. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be, yes, there's some calls that are obviously missed, and we get it, we understand it. But all of the demonstrative over the top reactions to their calls, guys, we got to play ball. That's what it comes down to. We got to play ball. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect at all. We got to play ball. Now, one thing I never notice, or one thing I don't see, is when teams win, there's not a lot of complaining about the officials. It's just, we won the game and we go forward from there. We certainly want to hear your complaints, because we're all about making the league and pushing the league forward and making it better. However, we also have to understand that these guys are human too, and they're doing the best that they can. They don't want to miss calls. So, there's a line. It's a very passionate game. We all play basketball. I can't anymore because my knees are bad, but like, we all play basketball. We all understand they're not going to get every call. I'm just, we got to be cognizant of the over the top, demonstrative shows of passion. Talk to the ref. They'll listen to you, but all the over the top stuff, you're not going to get the reaction that you're looking for, and that's everybody. But back to the game, I just think that the Kings, they were very, very physical. And when I go back and look on the tape, one of the things that I feel like I'm gonna see once I go back and look is that the Kings were quicker to lose balls. The Kings were more fluid in their actions. They were getting to it. And really, this is just a case of the Kings didn't want to lose 4 straight, and they were not going through the motions. Not saying that the Bullies were, but the Kings they looked much better today. They were hitting their shots. They were moving the ball. Welcome back, Jay New. They missed his presence in there, physical presence, and I think that helped propel them to a win. I think both teams, again, the talent in this league is all relatively even to me. I don't think there's one team that's much better than another. So for me, I don't look at it from the perspective of any one team is going to run away, because any given Sunday you could be beat. But shout out to the Kings, man, for getting off the schneid. Again, my opinion on the Bullies doesn't change at all. I still think they're a quality team, and I think that they'll look at the film, which will be uploaded soon, and I think that they'll be better going forward next week. Next game, which is the Elite versus the Dream Team. Welcome back, Big Lou, and you could see the difference on the court. I got to be careful about what I say here, because I don't want to seem like I'm picking on Meech or Tay or Dream Team, but there's an issue over there just from an outside observer looking at basketball, and to me it really truly seems like they aren't on the same page. There were some coaching things that I didn't necessarily like. Elite battled, and I'm sorry, Dream Team battled. They hung around, but I don't know if I necessarily like Chris Hemmings sitting that long. I don't necessarily like the lineups without either one of Tay or Chris in the game at all times. And I just feel like they need some diversity over there. They need something different. But I want to give credit to Elite too. Chris only had 2 points today, and that credit goes to Ned and D Knight. They did an excellent job on them. When they have their team there, when they have their guys there, like they're likely the best defensive team in the league. They force turnovers. They're very physical. They get after it. Shout out to Coach Tay, for how they play defense. Like you could tell that they're on a string. They're out there trying to force turnovers every possession, and they get up in you, and they're forcing the officials to make calls. So Ned actually hit 3 threes today, and it looks like he led them in scoring. So he had 14. Shout out to Damo. Damo got him off, started early. He had 8 points in the first half. And for me, it's just like when you get contributions, especially from a shooting perspective from Ned, like now that kind of messes up your entire defensive game plan because you can't leave him open. Like if he's going to keep hitting threes like that, you're going to have to adjust it because his threes are wide open, butt naked threes. Like you can't just leave him open. So that adds a new dimension to what they do. Damo getting his footing 2 games in a row. He had 20 last game. This game he had 13. And he looks like he's starting to feel a bit more comfortable in what they're trying to do. D Knight was a stalwart on defense today. I don't know the amount of steals. Again, when I get the film, I'll update the numbers and all of that. But D Knight has really been a high level defensive player this year. Like you can't look at D Knight as a mismatch. He holds his ground on defense. He's very quick. He moves his feet. You can't play with the ball with him around him because he's likely going to steal it. Lou looked a little bit rusty today, just a little bit, missed a few layups that he normally makes. He was his normal physical presence, made some outstanding rotations on defense, and he has super quick hands. I also want to shout out Trell too, man. Like that's a guy who is a hard-working glue guy for them. Like he's very physical. He's flying around out there. Like he's kind of the glue that holds that together. Like when he's in the game, you could tell that he's in the game making impact. And yeah, Lou, Damo and D Knight, they again that kind of thing on D Knight on defense, Damo on both ends of the court. And again, like y'all missed some guys too today, Lou. And shout out to Reese too, man. Reese had 5 points today, and he hit a 3. Like the crowd went up when he when he hit his 3-pointer. And again, first of all, that's brotherhood, guys rooting for one another. But y'all are getting key contributions up and down the lineup, man. And defense travels. Although defense wins championships, I think that people overstate that some because you still need to score. But with the level of defense that y'all play, man, y'all got, looking at y'all lineup, y'all got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quality defenders in your lineup. So y'all don't really have anywhere that's a mismatch that you can attack. And when you got that kind of versatility, especially the way that Elite plays defense, like you're going to be in every game. Only issue I see with Elite, and not as much so when Big Lou was there, they have a rebounding problem. But when Lou was there, he shores that up some, and he grabs a lot of offensive rebounds too to kind of offset that. But I want to discuss Dream Team a little bit. I don't like what I'm seeing over there. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like it at all. And there's and to me, there were a few plays that were symptomatic of the malaise that they have right now. And for me, that malaise is they don't seem to make the extra pass. They have an okay shot, they'll shoot that. They won't they won't pass up an okay shot for a good one or a good one for a great one. Like they will shoot the okay shot. It's like they don't trust each other. And for me, you're not gonna win like that. You're not gonna win like that. But I also necessarily don't think that the parts fit very well. I'm trying to figure out how to put this. Like, I would prefer, take and operate up top for sure. But probably the best. What's up, Ned? What's up, Leo? Ned, I hit you too, so you could come on too, man. I can't ever get in touch with you, big dog. Tay is probably best when he's at the elbow. One dribbling, he's at the cup. But Kurt's at the elbow. So then there's a spacing issue. Chris is a guy who needs the paint open to drive, but guys don't space to the three-point line. Or they got the play that they run 14, which I think is a good play. But teams are scouting that now. There has to be hey, if Ned want to come on, Lou, I'll send it to him right now. I tried to call him, man. I can't ever get in touch with him. Ned, if you want to come on, bro, just put it in the comments. I happily have you up here. I think it's something, man, and I don't like what I'm seeing out of Dream Team. I don't like what I'm seeing. And I think all right, I'm about to send it to you right now, Ned. I will never tell anybody not to talk they talk, but at some point, y'all got to start winning for all this talking that y'all doing, man. Like, I get it. It's all competitive. I'll never tell you not to talk your talk. Anybody who's played with me knows, like, I talk my talk on the court. I do. I really do. Ned, Aaron, what's good? Ned, check your inbox. Like Lou will tell you, I talk my talk. All respectful, but I talk my talk. But if you're talking, y'all got to win games, man. Y'all got to win games. That's what it comes down to. It's a little bit too much talking over there, and y'all aren't winning enough. And for me, it comes back to y'all are not on the same page. Y'all are not on the same page. And every team makes the playoffs, so that's great. However, like, if y'all want to advance in the playoffs, y'all have to have a coming to Jesus conversation. Meech, you got to do better as a coach. Tay, you the star. Chris, you the star. Y'all got to sit down with each other, and y'all got to figure this thing out. There's way too much talent on that team. Kurt, you too. There's way too much talent on this team for y'all just to have one win. Way too much talent. Way too much talent. I like the bat and I like the Marius acquisitions. That being said, Marius, you got to move the ball a little bit more. You got to move the ball a little bit more. Bat, you got to move the ball a little bit more. Like, one of the things that needs to happen is, if you move the ball quickly, you can attack a shifting defense. And then you attack, and then you pass, and then you get great shots. I'm not seeing enough of that. Have a special guest. Want to bring the reigning player of the year.
What up, Stats?
And possibly the front runner for this season, Mr. Justin Ned, to the show.
It's good, man.
Thank you for coming on.
My bad, I was asleep, man.
And listen, man, I called you, bro.
I did. I just seen I got a missed call from you, man.
See, I always be trying to get in touch with you.
Gotta get my nap in.
I took a nap too, and it was legendary. So I'm with you. I'll never tell you not to get your sleep, dog.
Got
ever.
to.
Today's game.
Oh man.
Now there's been some back and forth with you and Petey, all friendly, all playful, and all of that.
Love.
But you've been a lot more aggressive offensively. You shooting a three. You hit three threes today. You letting it fly. Tell us about that, man. What's going through your mind?
Nah, really. Today I was just motivated because our coach, like Coach Tay, before the game, like literally right before the game, she had pulled me. She didn't pull me to the shot. She said in front of everybody, like we in the huddle, we about to get up and go out there. She was like, "Can you get a bucket today? Like, can you be more aggressive? You the X factor for us." And I was like, "All right, I got you." And ever since then, like when she gave me the green light, it was like, "Shit, it's up. It's that. I just need to. This what she wants, so this is gonna have to happen." And if I missed it, I was just gonna have to live with the miss, and people was gonna have to say what they say. I mean, I would have struggled, but I was feeling good when I came in there. I got a little warm up in the back, and I was ready to go. I was locked in.
Yeah,
we need this win.
Yeah, y'all was coming off 2 straight losses. Welcome back, Big Lou, today. That was a big boost for y'all. I love when you're aggressive offensively like that.
Yeah.
You and Booty are the best playmakers in the league, and a lot of the things that y'all do are subtle on tape, but you can see it. You get that ball on the fast break, and you're hitting the head to the quickest guy.
Gotta run.
Like when you're out there playmaking and you're seeing, like, where did that come from, Ned? Like the playmaking instincts. That's what I should say. The instincts to make plays. Like, where did that come from?
It's just I don't know. I watched a lot of Rondo and Chris Paul when I was growing up. Like those were my 2 favorite point guards, and that's just what they do. They make plays. Like they small guards. You got to make a play, and it's kind of easier now because I'm smarter. Like I know, like if I run, I know I can make that pass. I just got confidence in that. Like if you ahead of me, like people don't even know. I'm gonna give people a Chico. If you ahead of me and the dude back is facing towards the rim that we're going to, I'm gonna throw the ball up because they can't see it.
Because they can't see.
They can't see the ball, and I know I'm gonna get it right where you need to be. You just got to be there, and that's just what I do. And then when if I get down here, I just play the right basketball. If I get down here, drive and kick. If your man step up, I gotta make the pass. I always make the one more swing. I don't know. I love getting assists.
Yeah, and right now you're leading the league in assists with 7 a game. I don't know how many you had today. When I get to the film, I'll let you know.
Definitely.
Defense. Now that's what you're known for. And you were going against one of the best players in the league, and Chris, you denied. And look, defense is a total team effort. Defense is more than just on the ball. I know you understand that. We've discussed that. But when you're going against a dynamic player like Chris, a dynamic player like Tay, a guy like Kurt, like what's the defensive game plan? Like how do y'all keep those guys in check?
Me personally, before we get a game plan on somebody, I watch the film. I was watching film all week to see if it was going to see how they play. Like I count their moves. Like I see what they want to do, like what they like to do. Chris fast as hell. There ain't no way. That's just what it is. He faster than me, so I knew I had to bring my A game today. And Meech always motivate me. Like I said, like you asked me today, like do I got any feelings about what y'all say? Nah, it's just basketball. But little stuff like that, I need to be motivated for because I know if I get killed, then shoot, that's gonna be talked about. The main thing talked about. So we just lock in. Then when Coach Tay gives us our game plan on how we gonna defend somebody, like if we want to, let's say they get ball screen, if we send the blitz, get the ball out of their hands, or how we hedging, or are we chasing, or are we just switching and stuff like that. We talk about it, and then we just go from there. We just really lock in when we need to, and I think we overall played a good defensive game today. Everybody just was sliding and being to help, and shout out to Trell Damo. Trell Damo.
Yeah,
it was on the glass. OD. We needed that.
Yeah, Trell had 12 rebounds last game.
We need that. That was ridiculous.
And Trell's not exactly the tallest guy, but what Trell does, he has a mentality, and he brings a physicality from the wing and guard position that most wings and guards can't match.
Unsung heroes.
Speaking of the defensive game plan, Ned, y'all are probably the most blitz heavy team in the league, but y'all got some different stuff. I don't want you to give game plan stuff away, but I see what y'all doing
Mm-hmm.
on defense. Now, how does Coach Tay help prepare y'all for the game? Because to have that many defensive, like, because y'all don't guard everybody the same. Y'all blitz primarily. Blitz primarily, but y'all also blitz a lot when Lou is there versus when he's not there. So the game plan changes when he's not there. So talk to us about how Coach Tay helps with the defense, because you're a defensive guru. I've told you, I say it again for the people who don't see it. You've made a rotation at Northampton as a guard that I've never seen a guard made. And I was there, but you was there before me. Now I was like, okay, this young fella different. So you're a defensive guy. You're a high IQ guy. Talk to us about how Coach Tay helps prepare y'all defensively for each different opponent.
So usually before we get the opponent, well, we know who we're gonna get, and we know who the start matchup would be, or the matchup that we're gonna get. And more than likely, the team just give me the ultimate respect. Like that's what I want. Like they know I want to get the person that's like the matchup of the week. So when I got that, I usually kind of tell them like to the side, or I suggest to Coach Tay, like, if a screen happen, can we do this? And she'll be like, she'll tell me about it or something, and we'll go from there. But whatever she says, I buy into it. It don't matter. Like, we could run a zone. If it don't matter to me, it's whatever she come up with at the end of the day. And during the week, we get with each other. Sometimes like we get up with each other and come to practice, and we talk about it. We go over little stuff like how they play defense, or what's the game plan this week, what's the scout report on certain people, and we just buy into it. That's what it's all about. Today was probably one of our best defensive games when we was helping, rotating, making the right reads, and just stepping and help rebound and limiting people to one shot. We played pretty. That was our best game today, I think, as a team. Ball movement was good, and that's what she really preaches, the ball movement. We like y'all said, we got a lot of talent with us, so we like to play one-on-one a lot. And today the ball was like just swinging, like it was moving, and we just bought in. We just needed this win. So whatever she told us, like, we needed that. And anytime out she said, we was locked in, engaged, and talking to each other. We just played like a team today.
Before I get you out of here, I wanted to discuss your MVP case a little bit. Now,
let's do it.
I wasn't as high. I've always been open. I think that you're one of the top two. You and Kenyon are the top two defensive players, and he's missed games. So you and Kurt are like, here, I value rim protection or versatility over just, I mean, you're obviously versatile, but I value rim protection just a little bit more. Now, I said that the scoring stuff held it down a little bit for me, but the way the past two games that you've been scoring and looking aggressive, I'm telling you, I'm moving you up, and I'm not just saying that because you're up here. Right now, you're one of the very, very best players in the league, and I wanted to give you your flowers. I don't know exactly where you're standing at the MVP. I got to go back and look at the tape and the numbers and all of that. But I just wanted to let you know, man, like, the scoring has come up. You're not doing it because I asked. You do it because you feel that's your team needed. But I just want to let you know that the scoring has helped move up for me personally. I appreciate you. I always enjoy talking to you. I enjoy, watching you play, man, and keep leading Team Elite, man. For real. Y'all doing, again, y'all look like a different team with Big Lou out there. Y'all look like a different team. So, I think guys were a little bit lower on y'all when y'all missed guys. Barry wasn't even there today, right? Barry wasn't even there. So when y'all at full strength, man, y'all are forced to be reckoned with. And I just wanted to let you know that.
Man, I appreciate it, but that's definitely our team though. That's why I never hung our hats when we lost the 2 games in a row. It was like, it is what it is. People did what they supposed to do, and we ain't really make no excuses about it. Like, we lost. You gotta take that on the chin. We lost. It was bad games that we lost. Everybody won't dare, but we can't make that excuse. We should have competed better, won the game a different way. But my MVP case, I just say, like, I'm always guarding the best player, and then I gotta lead my team on offense. So it's like I'm kind of always doing both. Now the aggression part with scoring, that just came off the strength of being more aggressive, being motivated more, and just always hearing people in my ear like, you need to score, you need to score, you need to score. So I just try to display that I can score, but I just want to make the right plays for my team, and I always feel like I make the right plays when I need to. And today I made the right plays, and we got the win we needed. But if I get MVP, I would appreciate it. I mean, I lead the league in assists. I'm in the steals. Like PD, he in what 4 to 5. I'm in 3 to 5 categories. Trying to get my streak
Yeah,
up some more.
I was just, I didn't mean to cut you off. What's
Yeah.
up, Barry? I was just about to say that. Because I got the stat. I'm trying to pull up the stats up until last week. And
Steals, assists, and
you
blocks.
leading assists. You leading assists. You were second behind your teammate D Knight in steals, and you were fifth in blocks.
Yeah.
And for me, everybody knows
play on offense. So
yeah,
I mean,
everybody knows. Yeah, everybody knows I'm a stats guy, but I'm also a film guy. And the best way to evaluate players is to combine them both. I don't think those stats do your play justice, because you're making rotations quicker. Like, you help off your man faster than they can react. I seen you rotate to get a steal today. I said, my God, man, like,
that's instinct. And everybody kept telling me today. I personally didn't. I don't even. How much did Chris have today?
2.
Damn. All right. Well, yeah. Everybody kept telling me I had a good defensive game today, and it was just like I didn't feel like I played great to the point where I just was. I mean, I felt like it was a regular day, but they kept telling me like you was making the right reads and stuff. Like the stuff be so second natural to me. Like that's just what it is. Breon taught me. Coach Breon, my high school coach, he told me that too. Like, defense is the best thing, and that's what I'm bringing back to my kids right now, Coach. Defense.
First of all, shout out to Coach Bree, Bethel legend.
Yes, sir.
He was coaching when I was in high school, and he's still doing. I was in high school 20 years ago.
Great dude.
Defense. I was gonna get you out here, but see, now you got me going talking about defense, Ned. So just real quick. I look at all of defense matters, but what people don't understand, what you do off the ball matters just as much, if not more, is on the ball. The purest form of defense is not allowing a shot. And some of the rotations that you make, and thus you make it easier for your team to make, prevent shots from even being attempted.
Yep.
Right? You know how to double team, and that's from reading keys, reading tendencies, knowing that, okay, when this person spins, they like to pick the ball up.
Oh yeah, I did get a steal like that today.
So that's exactly what I was alluding to. Can you walk through that play for the people watching so they know exactly?
Man,
I see you. I see you, but I explain that to everybody.
That's just always been the easiest thing to me. Like, I've been doing that since I was a kid, like since high school. I can pull up a clip in high school right now when I did it. And the ball I missed it, but the ball went out of bounds. Like, it just messes up the defender. So I know, like, D Knight was guarding him. I remember this play specifically. It was Melo. D Knight was guarding him, and D Knight had to step on him. And I was in the right. Hey, Miss Karen. I was in the right rotation, and I knew my body has to be there anyway. So I'm like, okay, boom. He put the ball on to go right. One time, he put his head down. As soon as you put your head down, D Knight gonna cut you off. You gotta turn back to me. Boom, I'm right there for a steal. It's just that simple. Like, it's just, you just gotta have that in your mind, what's going on. It's quick, but it's like, I don't know, like I said, it's second nature to me. And every time I rotate, it's like today, like I rotated and it was somebody helping me today. Like, we helped the helper today. And that's the defense I play, help the helper. I'm always in help defense. I'm trying to make sure we all right. It just, help defense it come with a team. Like, we just gotta know it. And it depends on it do depend on personnel too. Like, I did one read today when Kurt did it, and they got a 3 out of it. Like, that was a bad rotation. Kurt went baseline on Lou. Lou cut him off. He spin back, but he got to make he got to be able to make the pass out of it. And I think Chris made a one more to Riz, and they got a 3 out of it because it was my rotation. Like, I shouldn't have did it when it's 2 shooters right there. Yeah. It's just certain stuff you got to know about team personnels. And if I'm playing somebody like Jew, I'm in full deny. It's just little stuff like that. And like I said, I watch a lot of tape. Like, I was up at 6 a.m. watching these dudes. I already knew that I can't get cooked like this. And this game was so important to me. I was just locked in. We tuning up for the playoffs though. This what we needed. We need to get our rhythm back, and
Yeah.
we needed that today.
Yeah. Now this is really the last question. Your congratulations again on being Bethel JV coach.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that a little bit, man. How fulfilling is that giving back to your alma mater? Talk a little bit about what this means to you and how you can help those kids achieve their goals.
Man, it mean the world to me. I can't even sugarcoat it. Like last year, people don't even know I was the head coach at Kickintown JV, but I didn't announce it or nothing. It was just like something that happened mid-season. But I was the head coach last year, so I got experience. I got my feet wet. Salute to Coach Campbell making that happen. But the comeback to Bethel was just like, it was just always in the plan. Like it was gonna happen eventually. Like it was just gonna happen. Coach Huck has always called me, and they tried to get me back, and I just felt like it was the perfect time this year. And now that I'm with the kids, it's like, man, I can't even believe I'm stepping foot in Bethel doing this again. But I'm in there all the time, man. I'm in there almost every day, and we with the kids. I'm giving back. I'm doing the drills I was taught up with defense. I'm shell drill, making a rotate. Nah, that's never gonna happen, Cam. I love the crab though. I always have good places, good games in there too. But like I said, I'm just bringing back what we needed. What we need. We need some dogs in Bethel. Like, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in middle schools, like talking to the kids. I can't say the word recruiting, but shoot, that's what's going on now. Like, hey, it is what it is. So it just feels good to me. Like I get to talk to the kids and really sit down and talk to their parents and one-on-one with the kids and work them out and stuff like that. It's fulfilling. It really is. And then I get to be up there with Cam. So I be learning so much from him. It don't even make no sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say that y'all have a pipeline. You got the OGs and Bree and Huck. Obviously, you know that's my general manager with the Neptunes. I love Huck. So shout out to Huck. But then you got yourself. You got Cam, as you mentioned. Shout out to Cam.
He fresh out of D1 basketball.
Yeah. DJ.
Yep, DJ over there with us. Yep.
That's my guy. So Cam too. So like y'all got a good thing going, man. I'm rooting for y'all. You need anything? I'm here to help.
I'm gonna get you in there. I need y'all to come. I need the older people to come talk to the kids. They need some little insights.
All right, just let me know. I'm there to help.
I got you.
Everybody, reigning defensive player of the year and likely award winner, Justin Ned of Team Elite. Thank you for taking the time.
Salute Team Elite, Coach Tate, Coach of the Year. Appreciate the stats.
Yeah, no question, man. You have a good night.
You too.
Listen, man, Ned's always been a good guy, man, giving back to the kids, man. The defense is different. Shout out to him. Glad he was able to give some insight on that. The next game, though, and I want to make sure everybody's here for this because I have a lot to say about this game. Cam, I'm glad you're here, actually. X2G versus the Villains. Leo, I if you're still here and you're able to talk, I would like for you to come up here. This game was the game of the week, and it lived up to the hype. This was one of the most physical games, and obviously this is only the second year of Brotherhood Hoop League. But this is one of the most physical games in Brotherhood Hoop League history. It was back and forth the entire time. It was getting chippy. You know, the energy got a little bit over the top, but the energy in the building, was outstanding. Like you could hear the crowd rise. It went down to the wire, and Leo, you know, he's DJing right now. I see you, Leo. He actually hit a game winner today from 3. It was a big shot from the left corner 3 that won them the game. So, I feel you, Leo. I feel you. I just wanted to make sure you got your flowers, but I understand you working, bro. Great shot. I'm gonna start from it was Ned. I'm gonna start from X2G's perspective. Ever since Justice has come back, there has been and y'all know I hate this word, but this personifies him. He's a dog. And they move different when Justice is out there. Like, he had 27 points today. He led both teams in scoring, and it was and he got, I'm looking at it right now, he had 8 in the third, and he had 11 in the fourth. It was just like he got activated. There was a point in the game where, both teams were really, really close to, like they were really going at each other. And then he just activated. He's a great athlete, and he's flying up and down the court. Petey had 15. I'm curious, though, as to why they stopped going to him in the fourth. I would have to, yeah, Cam, he is. I would have to ask why. The only thing Trevor missed a layup that would have put him on that would have put him up 4. He missed it, and then he said he got pushed in the back. I didn't see it. I'm not denying what he's saying. I'm just saying I didn't see a push in the back. I probably would have taken the ball out, though, make him foul you. But I mean, that's a layup you should make. So, and again, I'm not denying that he got fouled. If he did and it wasn't called, I understand. But then Leo comes down and he hits a dagger. I didn't expect him to shoot that. I mean, that's just a big time shot. It's nowhere around it. The only thing that I would have done a little bit differently if I'm X2G, speaking from a coaching perspective, I would have gotten Vince in there. I would have gotten Vince in there. He's a 3-and-D guy. He would have helped y'all space the floor, move the ball, rebound. I like Lex's minutes against Jason. He made him work for him. He made him work. Jason had 24, but he worked for all of those 24. And really, that's what you want. Jason's a great player, arguably the best player in the league. You make him work for his points. But I would have tried to find some minutes for Vince. I would have tried to find some minutes for him. Petey looked good today. I don't know why they stopped going to him in the fourth. But and maybe some of that was just because Justice was going too. And that's, when your teammate's going, hey, you let him go. So, Petey didn't demand the ball or try to haul the ball or try to get his. Justice was going. And they had the game won until Leo decided that, hey, I don't want you to win this game. From a villain's perspective, Jason was Jason, man. Again, like, he gets to his spots. He shoots over the top. He's 6'5", 6'6", with a high release point. You just got to stay close to his body and put a hand up and hope he misses. I think Lex did a good job on him. He's physical. He can move his feet. Leo hit the big shot. I also want to shout out Jamar too. Jamar, he didn't have a lot of points. Oh, yes, he did. I'm looking at it. He had 5, 7, 9. He had 13 points. But he gives a different energy to them, to villains, that is needed. Jermaine and Jason prefer to play slow, but he's like a Red Bull because he's going. And that contrast hasn't always been the best fit, but when it works very, very well for them because they need that infusion of energy. And like, Jamar's numbers don't stand out, but the play does stand out to me. His role on the team is different, but he really, really helps them win games. So shout out to Jamar. Ivan Davis gave him some big minutes today. Conrad gave him some good minutes. Julius gave him some good minutes today. Again, this game had high energy. It was very, very chippy. And this is the type of game that sometimes that you need. I think both teams are fine going forward. I'm not worried about X2G in the slightest, especially if Justice and Petey are gonna play like this. Cam, I wanted to see a little bit more from you today. Not saying you played bad. I want to see a little bit more from you today, big dog. Want to see some more from Trevor too. Like I need more, Trevor. I do. I need more. Like, you know, I think today, I'm not showing that you scored today. Like they need more from you. We need more from you. Like we got high expectations for you coming in. You know, I know you ain't been there a few games, but you know, your defense always stands out. So let me say that. You keep guys in front of you very well. And you rebound the basketball too. So though you do contribute in those ways, but we need you to be putting the ball in the bucket a little bit more. Villains missed Jermaine today. Hopefully he'll be back next week. But this is a well-played game. And I think that this is the type of energy that's needed going forward. I like the Justice and Petey combination. I really do. Like I'm of the mind that you put your 5 best players on the court and you let them figure it out. You let them work. If you stagger them, obviously they all can't play 40 minutes, but one of them needs to be on the court at all times. And again, I want Vince to get some more minutes out there. I really think he can help. But this was a great game. Sorry that somebody had to lose, but Leo hit a big shot, man. I understand, Cam. I do understand. You're a good leader out there for them, for sure. You know, I just think, and look, a lot of the times, like PD's going in transition. So absolutely, in transition, let him go. But one thing, not saying one thing like that's the only thing you do, Cam, but you get guys great shots in the half court. You do, because you have a high IQ and you see the game very well. And when you're attacking the basket and you getting downhill, you make very good decisions when you do that, and you get easier shots for everybody. That's just what I'm referring to. Like if Justice or PD is going, hey, I'm with you, big dog. I'm with you. You know, I've told you before that I like your game, and I think that you're a force multiplier for them. I do. I think that you make them better. So again, I'm still high on X2G going forward, man. Somebody just had to lose. Basketball is a game. Well, in the Brotherhood Hoop League, we haven't had a tie yet, and hopefully we don't ever have one. Unfortunately, in basketball, somebody got to lose. And unfortunately, today it was X2G, but this is one of the best played games that we've had. Shout out to Rat Riley for coaching his team. We just, we need y'all to keep y'all composure, Rat. Players on X2G need y'all to keep y'all composure a little bit better. But I understand it was heated out there. That was a high stakes, high energy game, and I get it. I'm with you, Cam. Hey, I'm with you, big dog. I'm with you. I just marvel over the level of physicality and the energy that I saw in this game. Like, I miss playing basketball, and this game, it was a game that really made me miss basketball today, because that Rat is funny. This is a game that it was extremely intense. Like, you could tell that both teams really, really wanted this win and would go all out to get it. And I think when you have that kind of energy, when you have that kind of effort, man, like it just does something to you as a basketball player. It really does. So shout out to both teams, man. Again, X2G is a force. Villains are a force. Shout out to Jason. And a big win for Villains. In the last game, Jelly versus Mentality. Welcome back to Team Jelly in the win column. I want to shout out Mr. Gate, Mr. Taboo Gate. He hit 4 threes today, and he had 16 points. And that's the type of contribution that's needed in order to get wins. He hadn't been hitting the three, but he hit them today. So shout out to them for that. Shout out to Dev, came back from his injury, and he was his usual aggressive self. He always sets the tone for them on both ends of the court. You know, and he'll let you know about it too. He's gonna talk to you about it too. Marquise, he had 5, 11, 13, 14. Like he's a really, really good player. He gets to the rim at will. He's a playmaker out there. He gets rebounds. He has great hands too. He has great hands. Jew, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 threes today. He had 17, 19, 21 points. And again, they needed that today. They needed that today. It was a back and forth affair with mentality. And I just think that I when Jew is hitting threes like that, and when Mr. Gate is hitting threes, they're hard to beat. And you know, Jake, he was a little bit more aggressive today. They need that from him. Kenyon, listen, Kenyon, Ned, and Kurt, to me, are like the 3 best defenders. Kenyon has made several plays this season that he literally comes out of nowhere and he's putting shit on the glass. He'll be near the 3-point line and somebody catches it and he's putting it on the glass. He flies around. I know I personally saw about 4 offensive rebounds myself. He's really, really hard to box out and keep off the glass. And I think, you know, that they really, really need that. They play very, very different when he's there. The level of energy that he brings is different, and it's a different element. In terms of mentality, they were missing Pollard today big time. He was injured, so he couldn't play. Trig played well, and Stat hit a 3 today. I like when Stat is aggressive. Like, he's a quality defender and he rebounds, but they don't guard him. So I like the fact that he was aggressive in shooting. X got on the board today. I wish they found a way to integrate him more. But again, X is a really good player. He rebounded today. Tyreek, listen, I talked to you after the game. I told you I didn't like how you handled that situation. And your team needs you, big dog. I get your point. I really do get your point. But your team needs you, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, you're one of the best. You and Trig are the best players on that team. Like, they need you. They need you. You gotta be better than that, big dog. Darius is counting on you. Your teammates are counting on you. Like, they need you to get downhill. They need you to go. They need you to make plays. They need you to rebound. And we've seen you do that. And we know you could do that. The game that you didn't play was bad. I'm looking at it now. You had I think you had 10 points. Bro, they need you in that 17 to 21 range. But, you know, what you did today, dog, like, you know, we just got to be better going forward. That's all. Like, they need you. Denari is a glue guy for them. He's been scoring more lately. He had 4 today, but he rebounds. He boxes out. So I still like mentality. I really do, but they got to figure that out. They need to get Pollard back healthy, and they got to figure that out. Darius coached very well today. I like the way that he interacts with his players. He talks to them like men, and they listen to him. They really, really listen to him. So shout out to them. They were on a 3-game winning streak. So shout out to Jelly for coming in and getting that getting that win, getting off the schneid. And mentality, you know, next week is and I'll go over the schedule. Next week is our It's the last game of the regular season. So award season is going to be coming up. And, me and the council, we're going to discuss the awards and all of that. But, teams are ramping up for the playoffs. Availability is probably the biggest thing at this point. If your team is there, you generally win. If your team is not there, if your teammates, especially the best teammates, are not there, you're likely not going to win. There's no Hollywood Walk of Fame or Walk of Shame tonight, but I did want to say, in terms of the MVP, I want to say, I still have Bree, Jason, Jew, and Petey. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and again, Justice has only played 3 games, but he's looked outstanding when he's played. I know that's not enough to put guys in MVP, and I won't put him over guys like Dev. He's missed 1 game, but he's been a force when he's played. Guys like J Law, those guys are high. I'll come up with my official MVP list later in the week, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But I'll just say that, and again, I'm gonna start looking at the tape once this is over and once I do the stats. But my MVP has changed. Not the actual MVP, but the people in the race has changed just a little bit. But real quick, I just wanted to preview next week's schedule before I get up out of here. Again, this is the last week of the season, y'all, before the playoffs. So next week, May 25th, again, the last week of the playoffs. The last week before we get to the playoffs. So I'm gonna start with the matchups. Dream Team versus Mentality. This is the 10 o'clock game, by the way. Dream Team's a mess right now. I won't go over all the issues that I mentioned prior, but they're a mess right now. I think Mentality wins this one. I think they're less disorganized right now, but Dream Team got some things to work on. And I don't know if next week, and again, you can get hot. Like last year, my team, we lost the last game of the regular season. We were 2-5, and we were the 6th seed, and we made it to the championship game. So it can be done. It can be done, but Dream Team got to get it together. I think Mentality, I think Tyreek, I think they get it together. I think they figure out a good way to integrate Trig and Tyreek. And I think they get the win. So I'm picking Mentality for that. Bullies versus X2G. This is the 11 o'clock game. Whew, this is a tough one for me, and I'm going to say why this is tough. Justice changes the dynamic for them. They already had an MVP candidate in PD, but Justice changes the dynamic for them. But the Bullies have 2 MVP candidates as well, in J Law and Bree. If Henry is there, I'm going to pick the Bullies because they missed him today. And he brings a scoring and rebounding element that they didn't have. So I'm going to pick, if Henry's there, I'm picking the Bullies because I think he can get the ball inside. He can score a little bit down there. And he's going to have a tough go of it with Lex. Lex is a very good position defender. He's hard to move down there. But Henry's always going to find a way to put the ball in the bucket. If Henry's there, I'm going with the Bullies. But I like this matchup, potential game of the week. We'll let y'all know. But I'm going with the Bullies if Henry's there, X2G if he's not. The noon game, Kings versus the Villains. Kings got off the schneid today. I like the way they look. It was a team effort, not one player stood out more than others, and I think that's what they need. I don't even know if that has to be the formula going forward, but it worked very, very well today. The Villains coming off a dramatic win against X2G. Villains rolling, man. It's hard to pick against them right now. Jason hadn't been shooting well, but he got back on it today. I'm gonna pick the Villains in a very, very close game. A very close game. It could go either way, but I think Jason is gonna be the difference maker in that game, and that's the noon game again. Another potential game of the week. In the last game, Team Jelly versus Elite. How I'm going to pick this game is going to be dependent upon whether lose there or not. Because you got Ned. I'm looking forward to the Drew and Ned matchup again. I know Drew is looking for some get back. He was hurt the first game the last time, so I know he's looking for some get back this time. If Lou is there, I'm picking Elite. They look different defensively without him. I mean, when he's there. If he's not there, I think Jelly can pull it out. Kenyon again. I don't remember if Kenyon. Can somebody in the comments remind me if Kenyon played the first game against them? I don't remember if he did, but again, Kenyon's length, his athleticism, he's playing with a much higher motor, and he gives teams a different look on defense. So if Lou's there, I'm picking Elite. If he's not, I'm picking Jelly. Before I go, I just want to thank everybody again who came to the games. I want to thank all the players. I want to thank all the coaches taking y'all time out to coach these teams, man. We really appreciate y'all. I want to thank Hampton High. Want to thank Shonda. Want to thank Justin. Want to thank Derek. Making sure everything's set up, making sure everything's broken down at the end. We really appreciate that, man. I want to shout out the council, Stretch, Damo, D Knight, John, Katie. Thank y'all for making this work. And again, the players, man, y'all make this league. And I'm I try to speak to each one of the players. Like, y'all really make this league go. Y'all make our league different. And I'm appreciative of each and every one of y'all for playing in this league. Thank y'all. And I just want to shout out the sponsors real quick. Y'all go check out Path to Abundance on Amazon by Jason Valentine. Journey Enterprises. That's Fred Witt, our guy. Holloway Experience Real Estate. Century 21. That's our guy Chaz. Floor and Decor. Precious Moments Academy LLC. Elite Solutions, Tribe Nations, Number Streets Podcast, Relentless Sports, and just big thanks, man. Much appreciated. I'll see y'all next Sunday, man. Statman AJT here. I'm out.